the belief that's the first to go when you're in seminary is this idea that like God is never changing, because in the Bible, the concept of God and doctrines are all changing. None of them kind of stay the same.
Right. You talk
So
specifically
yeah.
about the Old Testament versus New Testament God.
hmm there's changes there, but I mean, it's just a messy thing. So you get good at, especially when you start adding like the cognitive science of religion, and you're studying Mesopotamian culture. Maybe you start studying other religions in that. You start getting really good at this, at knowing what kinds of societies create what kinds of gods. And I got so good at it that you could give me a society, tell me how its agriculture works. Because if the flooding is really devastating and random, there's going to be a lot of rituals because you're trying to keep that god happy. If the agriculture is more stable, then you get more benevolent gods that kind of keep the cosmic order going. And you can tell me about the hierarchy, like the social hierarchy. Is it authoritarian? Then you're going to get an authoritarian god and there's all these things that you can kind of track. And I got to the point where you can give me a society, tell me how it functions, I'll tell you what kind of god they will have created, and I will be right. And then when you can do that for a society, and then you can start to do that even individually as you're learning about individual faith and why people read so many different things in Jesus. Someone who's really high in empathy reads a different Jesus than someone who's really high in loyalty. People who are autistic tend to be either fundamentalist or atheist, but not in between. And you just start learning these things. And I had this seed of doubt. This was all while being a believer. And I had this seed of doubt that said, what if this is a human project? What if we're the ones creating God rather than God creating us?